said you can bury the workman, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but you can't stop the song.
Welcome to Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged with your host, Brain Fitzpatrick. Wheeling the Pathways of Life Unplugged is a snapshot of the day-to-day experiences of disabled individuals as they navigate the world around us. We wish to shed light and open your eyes on a new perspective of people with disabilities. And by going unplugged, we can discuss viewpoints we hope will challenge our viewers' points of view. Most of us have disabilities we must live with, but what defines us is the way we deal with them. And now, here's your host, Brain Fitzpatrick.
Good afternoon, folks, and I'd just like to announce, as of last night, I am back for another year. I just renewed my membership for another year at Pittsburgh Community Television, and I'd like to take a minute and thank the team here at Pittsburgh Community Television that I've worked with. So one of those people being one of those people I've worked with for 35 years. I've known him for 35 years, and it's been a great ride, and it's going to continue. Anyway, folks, what I'd like to talk about today is things that you need to know, that services we need to work on, and ways to make our lives things that are difficult now that we need to change to try to make them better. And what I'm saying today is I can't be the only one out there fighting for this stuff. I need a team of people like you out there in similar situations than me to be willing to speak up, or at least tell me about your story and tell me ways that I can help you, because just me sitting here talking to you weekly isn't enough. If I can share your story and put the word out there of what you need and what we need as a disabled community as a whole, things will be a lot easier. It's going to be a tough, with the way things are in the government today and all the political going on and stuff that's happening. It's gonna get tougher and tougher for services, and we need to make sure we stand up for services that other people need, not just me. I could sit here and tell you my story again and again every week, but I need you guys to tell me yours. And how you could do that is either post, post your story on Facebook or post your story on YouTube. I mean, go to Wheeling the Pathway to Life on YouTube, or go to Brian Fitzpatrick on Facebook, and you'll see me on there, and several other shows that have already been done. And tell me your story there, or you can email me at wheelingthepathwaylife@gmail.com. wheelingthepathways@gmail.com. Because this year, starting today, 2025 into 2026 will be the year I'm going to start to turn things around. I am working on a documentary with Pittsburgh Community Television, and it's going to be a short documentary on my life and what a daily situation is for me. Coming into the studio, doing some of the activities I do with other agencies, and who knows? We don't know how far that's gonna go, but my hope is it will get out there beyond Pittsburgh Community Television, and people recognize the show, and people watch the show, and be more interested in helping, getting the word out there that we need as much support as we can. But the main thing is, we need to be kind to each other. We need to be respectful. We need to be, it's hard to, this is speaking to me and to several of the other clients that I know with people in wheelchairs, with disabilities, any kind of disability. It is very hard to not demand more and more and more out of people. You always want more, you always want them to do more. Okay? But you also got to appreciate what they do and what they bring to your life. You can ask them to do more, but you got to appreciate what they do for you. You can't ask them to do more, you can't ask them to do more without, or anything different unless they know what it is. And you can't expect them to not feel frustrated with the ongoing situations of dealing with agencies, dealing with the state, and all of the things that are important for that. You know, I have to remember this too. People take care of me, but I have to make sure that the people are taken care of that are taking care of me. Because if I don't take care of them, they're not going to be there to take care of me. And the way we can do that is to channel frustration into action. If we want something to change, we need to get out there and change it. It's going to be a long road, but we can do it. And next week is going to be the beginning of the change. I've had him on last week. I've had him on not last week. I've had him on months ago. But the mayor of the city of Pittsfield is coming back on the air. Okay? Again, may I remind you, this is the first mayor that's even bothered to be on the show. Because he understands the situation, he understands what needs to be done. People may disagree with people, but if you're kind and nice to them and helpful to them, they're more likely to help you do what you need to do. And if you take the time and listen to people and don't expect them to always agree with you, because granted, there are many of you I know, because I've talked to many of you. I mean, I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but I know I'm talking to many people right now. I've talked to quite a few people that don't necessarily agree with what the mayor is doing. But does that mean he's doing everything wrong? No. There's things that I don't agree with that the school department's doing. There's things that I don't necessarily agree with that each and every department in the city is doing. But am I gonna stop working with them to make the city better? No. And we need to stop blaming our problems on other people. We need to stop blaming our mayor for stuff that we didn't tell, we didn't specify we didn't specify that it's important to us, whatever we want to say. We need to specify If we don't like something, we need to talk directly to that person. And we need to bring out in a respectful way, we need to bring out our frustrations in a positive way. And believe me, being in a chair, everything from sidewalks to curb cuts to crosswalks drive me nuts every day. Transportation. Yes, I get frustrated, but getting frustrated, you limit yourself when you get frustrated. If you can just turn that frustration into something positive and say, I'm frustrated with something. Let's see what I can do to study it. Let's see who I can talk to in the city council to make a change for the better, and put a petition together with the city council, because they're human. They can't think of everything. They need us to help them do their job to make our lives better. We all need to work together on what we, as a collective community, want and need for this city. And if you don't say something, I don't care how minute it is, if you see something, say something. I know that's a cliche now, but I'm saying not only in emergency situations, but if you see a hole in the sidewalk, say something. Make a phone call. Make yourself. You're not bothering people if it's their job to do it. Most of the people that I know on the city council enjoy doing what they do. Do they get frustrated? Do they wish they could do more? Yes. Do they get frustrated with the amount of people that call with the same thing? Yes. But multiple times people have said, it's our job. This is what we need to do. So we've got to give them the information they need to help us. We also got to be respectful enough to say, enough for them to be able to say to us, we're trying to do everything we can to get you the curb cuts, to get you the better sidewalks, to get you the paved driveway, paved streets or whatever, or doing a community day out on our streets so we can show people what we need for, show the city council what we need to do. But if we don't work with those people, all we're doing is creating anger and animosity towards each other. And we don't need that. We need to work together to get things done. And there's a difference between getting angry and getting upset about a topic. Getting frustrated about what you're passionate about because that's what you want to see happen, rather than say to the mayor or whoever, police chief or whoever, they're not doing anything. They're not trying to make our city better. Let me clue you in on something. I hear it day in and day out. The people that are out there in the city, in the police department, in the fire department, they are out there struggling and with very little funding sometimes to make our city as safe as they can, but they need help to do it. So anybody that doesn't recognize that, then I don't know what to tell you. People can't give what they don't have, and people can't do anything if they don't have help. And what I mean by that is, be patient. I know it's difficult, but over the next year, you're gonna have somebody behind you, fighting for you and with you. We're in this together, people. I'm not just talking to handicapped people, but sometimes people's thoughts are handicapped, or what are the biggest handicaps they got going for them. Or the biggest handicaps is sometimes people's thoughts. They think, oh, I can't do something, so I'm not gonna, this ain't gonna matter if I do this ain't gonna matter if I do that. So then they don't do something, and then they wonder why things don't happen. So if you have something you need to get out, and you don't want to do it, let me know, and I will see what I can do by getting your story out there and telling your situation and seeing what we can do as a team to work together. And I want people to know this show is open to caregivers, people that have no knowledge of disabilities at all. This show is educational for them too. So if they see if they see anybody like me or somebody worse than me out in the community, they don't feel as out of place as some people might if they see somebody not like them. We're normal. We are normal people. We deserve to be treated like normal people. We breathe. We have our pants put on one leg at a time like anybody else. We deserve to be treated like that. And so do my caregivers. And so do my friends and family. Because I wouldn't be where I am today without them. And, you know, it's so sad to see people, this country is so divided over what this government wants to do or that agency wants to do. It doesn't matter what they want to do. It matters, is it helping people or is it not? If it's not helping people or not making a difference, we don't need to do it. That's my opinion and my opinion alone. When we come back, I will continue the conversation with you and let you know what's coming up over the next year. We will be right back, folks. Thank you.
I have a maker. He formed my heart before even time began. My life was in his hand. He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. I have a Father. He calls me his own. He'll never leave me, no matter where I go. He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. You hear me when I call.
episode of Wheeling the Pathway to Life. And what I've been saying for the past half hour is a very tall order. I understand that. But if we don't start somewhere, we're never going to get anywhere. Alright? Like examples. There's gotta be a plan. There's gotta be a plan, which I'm working on with the mayor right now. Not right this minute, but in the process of working on it. We can't even, people like me, and I've stated this before, people like me cannot go to the hospital at night, late afternoon, past 5 o'clock, and expect to get home that same night. And even though the hospital can't necessarily keep me in the hospital, the question is, can I get home? And right now, without special transportation, and without a van, without drivers that can drive the van, and without funding to be able to provide that van, we can't do that. It doesn't mean we don't need it, but we need to find the funding and the people willing to back us up on, hey, this is important. So what I'm saying to you is, throughout this whole thing, is you just got to tell people what's important to you. And they will do everything they can to make it clear that the people they have to, that it is as important as it is to, that what you are saying is as important to them as it is to you. Because, you know the old thing, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. What I'm saying is we've got to increase the squeakiness of the wheel over the next year and over the next couple years. Because from what I'm seeing right now, things are gonna get progressively, make it progressively worse. But that's when we can get into another aspect of this. Agencies and businesses may not be able to do it. And yes, we have funding for BCAs, but we also need volunteerism too. Okay? We also need volunteerism too. Whether it be cooking a meal in the kitchen for somebody elderly. If you see somebody elderly walking, walking across the street, offer to help them across the street. If you see somebody elderly trying to carry groceries in, offer to carry the groceries home for them. They may say no, but it's just the fact that you offered is as important as actually doing it. Sometimes the act of offering is more important than actually doing it, because it shows people that you care about them and who they are, and it shows them that you recognize them as human beings. And I'll tell you something right now. And I will say this publicly today, tomorrow, any day of the week. Yes, I care about the agencies that provide the money, provide the services for me, financially provide the equipment. Kelsey, can you pull out for me? I care about the people that provide the wheelchairs for me. Okay, I care about each and every one of these people that provide this wheelchair for me. Okay, okay, Kelsey, you can go back in now. But at the same time, are the people that make the wheelchairs gonna come in and put me in the bed? Are they gonna come in the middle of the night if I'm sick? Are they gonna come in and are they gonna come in and are they gonna offer? If somebody making a wheelchair offers, if somebody making money to make wheelchairs offers to make me a meal, I would be shocked. No. Because people like that, there are some people that would. People who make wheelchairs, people who get equipment, stuff like that, will. But most of the time, you know what they say? It's not my job, I'm not gonna do it. I'm only focused on one thing, and that thing is X, Y, and Z. X or Y or Z. That thing is X, Y, or Z, and they're not gonna go any further than X, Y, or Z. And most of those people, some of those people don't care about what they do. They're just in it for the money. But let me tell you something. I've worked with so many people over the years, especially on a one-to-one basis, okay, that I can tell actually care about what they do. Now, what I'm going to say right now is something that a lot of people don't recognize. Okay? There are corporate ambulance companies out there that get funding from the state and have other resources to get funding, and they deal with state. They go out and get grants. They go out and actually get paid by concert providers to set up ambulance at picnics and stuff like that, at music festivals and stuff like that. Okay. I know of one ambulance company, okay, that has to provide its service for very little money. And when they started out, okay, when they started out, the ambulance company people were only getting paid $1 to $2 an hour to work 24 hours a day. All right, I'll give you a generous scenario. They may be getting a little more than $1 to $2 an hour, maybe $6, $7 an hour, but that's it. But they're required to provide the same level of service any other ambulance would be. But they get no other state funding and stuff like that because they're non-profit. Okay? They are dedicated to doing what they can with very little. So there are people that actually care about what they do. But there are people out there that take advantage of situations and say, we do this because we know people need the service. If we don't provide, we're the only game in town that can provide the service, so they're gonna pay for it because we know we're the only game in town. And let me tell you something, if the people in government stop and think and get their heads out of their butts, okay? Yes, I said get their heads out of their butts and think. If I needed service, I expected to be there. I forget your counselor for a minute. Think about how you would feel if it was your family member that needed service and you had to wait 20 to 25 minutes for the ambulance to get there. Because the town could not provide the service you need immediately because the town is not able to afford the ambulance. Now, what I am saying, just to be clear, is if the government or the city officials think about what they would need on a daily basis and think about their own family and think about if I'm in trouble, I would expect help to be there. Before you cut essential services like PPA services, this isn't our job. This isn't in the PPA handbook, but it creates socialization. It creates fresh air for the person to go out and talk to people, have supper, grab ice cream, or yes, I'm not fully, we could have debates on whether or not I'm supposed to have ice cream, but just the fact that I'm getting out and socializing with people and having conversations with people other than being inside my house, isn't that worth something? Isn't that worth having somebody there to help me do what I want to do? So when you're thinking about cutting services in federal or state government, think about what if this was my family? I guarantee you would have a difference of opinion over what you would do. You would expect something to be done that isn't somebody's job to do. And then you're gonna think, this person on the TV and on the internet from Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Brain Fitzpatrick, was right. If we just stopped and thought about someone else for 1 minute, or one situation for one extra second, maybe we'd realize, hey, we need to do something to make a difference. So let's make this year one of those years where I will try to point out as many examples as I can what we can do as a disabled community is as normal as any community, as normal as any community person can be. But I can do everything a normal person can do except for the physical part. But people need to realize when we ask for help, we expect help to be there, and you would too. So let's treat everybody with respect, and let's treat everybody with as much as we can. I know things are tight, but as much as we can, let's help each other out. Let's not be so critical about what people are doing. Think about it this way. Okay, I can go this far, but what can I do better to make other people's lives better and to make my own life as good as it can be? That's what I want to do over the next year and hopefully beyond, because nobody's gonna do for us. Nobody's gonna recognize things need to be done unless we say something to them, or they're not gonna recognize how important it is unless it's pointed out to them. Do you think somebody thinks about a wheelchair when they can just hop in the car and hop in the car and go to work and get out of the car? Are they worried about how much a wheelchair is? No. Until they need it, they're not going to worry about it. But I guarantee you, at some level, every one of us is going to need assistance at one time. Every one of us is going to need some kind of an aid to do something. My question to you is, what are you going to do if the aid isn't there? And one last subject that I want to discuss. Over the next decade, they want to cut so much off of food stamps, so much off of this, so much off of that. I would implore the state government and the federal government. Now, mind you, I know they're not going to do this. Okay? Take 60 days. Okay? One person takes 60 days and not get paid for what they do. One, just for them to see that if they don't get paid, they don't eat. We've got people that are homeless, without jobs, without places to go to sleep. And you want to take food away from them because they don't want to work, or they can't work, or they've got a disability to do so. I don't think you wouldn't like to not eat. The people with money don't think about not being able to eat, not being able to talk on the phone, not being able to see with friends, but they don't consider that. So what I'm asking people to do is take 60 days, if they're in the federal government and state government, and tell the state, I don't want the money. With that challenge out there to you, we will come back next week with the mayor of the city of Pittsfield, and discuss more about what the city is doing in some of these subjects that I brought up today, and see what he has to say. And with that, folks, have a good afternoon. We will see you next week. Thank you.
Can bury the workmen, but the work will go on. You can silence the voices, but you can't stop the song. 'Cause when the spirit